Yeah, this is the place that we're at, man. We're going over to episodes of Halford and Bruff from 4 days ago. Earlier this week, there was an entire segment where Josh Elliott Wolf and Randeep Janda, on Halford and Bruff, because Halford and Bruff are both on vacation right now, they had themselves a chat with New Jersey Devils television commentator Don LaGreca. And they also had Sportsnet's NHL writer Luke Hughes on the show. The segment is titled this: Do New Jersey Devils fans have their eyes on Quinn Hughes? So I wanted to use this video commentary as an opportunity to talk about Hughes, to talk about Vancouver, to talk about New Jersey, and just dive into what the scoop seems to be. This segment will be linked in the description if you want to go out there and read it. But what'll also be linked in the description is this article on thehockeywriters.com by Jacob Billington. This was posted yesterday, and it dives into a bunch of NHL rumors from Matthew Tkachuk to Elias Pettersson wanting revenge, and it also talks about that same Hughes angle. Let's dive into the bottom over here. On the Halford and Bruff show, Sportsnet's Luke Hughes joined as a guest, and when speaking on the youngest Hughes brother, he stated that he believes the two sides are looking at a long-term deal, rather than a bridge deal as many anticipated. With over 44 points in each of his first two seasons, Luke Hughes has been establishing himself a great defensive option for the Devils, and they are looking to get him locked down. The Devils did the same with fellow teammate and brother to Luke, Jack Hughes, signing him to an 8-year deal, and it is now one of the best deals in the league. While Luke Hughes may not command the $8 million that Jack got quite yet, he is certainly on a trajectory to deserve that in the next few seasons. Okay, I just want to let that idea sink in a little bit. Quinn Hughes is making just under 8. Okay, we'll just continue for now. Hughes is one of the few remaining RFAs expected to sign, and according to Fox, both sides are looking for a 7-year deal. While the salary details are not being reported alongside the term, if the dollar figure was too far apart, they would have likely moved to a bridge deal by now. Now notice, this doesn't actually answer the question that is linked in the podcast's title, do Devils fans have their eyes on Quinn Hughes? But then again, I don't think we really need to dive too much into that. The answer is yes. Absolutely yes, the Devils and their fanbase, they are thinking about Quinn Hughes. That is not surprising in the slightest. But let's dive into a conversation about Luke, shall we? Let's talk about the New Jersey Devils and what they could see themselves signing in regards to a Luke Hughes type of deal. Here is Hughes and his profile: 21 years old, 6'2", 198, a left-handed drafted defenseman at 4th overall. Luke Hughes had 44 points in 71 games this most recent season. In his rookie season, he had 47 points in 82 games. Not bad. In fact, I'd say that's pretty good. Reasonably speaking here, Luke Hughes, as he gets better, as he gets bigger, as he gets a little bit more used to the NHL game, he is going to be a stud. Top pairing guy, I'd say maybe a 75-plus point player, consistently year by year, whilst providing some very good mobility and defense. Maybe he's not necessarily the spinniest of guys like Quinn Hughes. I don't think Luke has the same absolute God-given ability to move around the offensive zone with his skates at 10 and 2. 10 and 2? No, that's wrong. Looking at a clock, I'm thinking like 4 and 7. Is that more accurate? I'm not really too sure. 4 and 8, I think. Still, Luke Hughes, I don't think has necessarily the edge work that Quinn has to make him an exceptional skater, but Luke's pretty good too. He's got a big stride. He can go faster, I'd say, in a straight line than Quinn Hughes can. Don't get me started on Jack Hughes. That's an entirely other different animal, but Luke, as the biggest Hughes bro, was always seen as a player that could dethrone both of the Hugheses as a long-term NHL talent. He is only 21, and he's coming off a back-to-back 40-plus point seasons at the National Hockey League level. So to hear that New Jersey's interested in giving this guy a long-term deal and that he is also interested in a long-term deal. I mean, it makes sense from all sides, but I do wonder, if Luke wanted to maximize his dollar amount, if he wanted to go the Austin Matthews route, I mean, it's not unreasonable for him to go out there and ask for a bridge contract. But then again, seems like the only Hughes taking a bridge contract these days is Quinn Hughes, as Jack Hughes also is signed long-term. Head over to him and his profile, 70 points, 62 games the most recent season. Injury-plagued season, yes, the guy has yet to play an 82-game campaign. He played 56 games in the shortened 56-game campaign in 2020-2021, but he only had 31 points, and that really wasn't all too great. The guy is a 100-point caliber player if he plays all the games, in my opinion, but Jack Hughes is signed on till the end of 2030, making $8 million a year. This contract was signed all the way back in 2022, and now it's looking like a very good one when you consider the cap going up and Jack Hughes' overall level of talent. Now, as we had said, the only Hughes that hasn't taken a long-term contract at this point is Quinn Hughes, which opens the door for New Jersey Devils fans to talk about this guy as a potential option for their team. Quinn is 25, signed on till the end of 2027, making $7.8 million a year. Now, sure, you can say that when he had signed his contract out of his ELC back in 2021, the fact that the contract was 6 years is pretty good. I mean, it's not really short term, but now we're in the year 2025. There's 2 more seasons left on the deal. The guy's eligible to sign an extension a year from now. I guess you could say that all this fear-mongering is pointless because he can't even sign at the moment, but it's not looking like a guarantee that he will for a lot of Canucks fans. A lot of fans are thinking about, okay, well, the team just stunk this most recent campaign. They didn't fire. Tocchet left the team. They traded away Miller. Their center core is so much worse now than it was last year. The D-core is a lot better, and I'd say the goaltending's a lot more, I was about to say stable, but I guess that really depends on injuries. The goaltending's generally better than it has been the past few years, too. Quinn Hughes is just going to need to be proven to that the Vancouver Canucks can be a capable, competent, winning hockey team over the next little while. And then the threat of him leaving in free agency or not being willing to sign and come back to Vancouver, that goes away if the Canucks prove themselves as a good team. It's just not guaranteed, though. So for Quinn Hughes, obviously, Jim Rutherford going out there and sparking up the fire by saying that Quinn wants to play with his brothers earlier this year, that totally took the entire NHL's landscape and shook it up, and it totally traumatized Canucks fans. So now we just gotta wait and see, man. If Luke ends up getting that long-term deal, Jack's on in New Jersey till 2030. Obviously, that gives Quinn a lot more incentive to be like, yeah, okay, I actually want to go there. They've got both my brothers for 7+ years. I know Jack is going on till just 2030, so you could say just. If Quinn Hughes' contract expires in 2027, then Jack's only got 3 years in New Jersey. But at that point, it's going to be like, hey, Luke's going to have 5 years left in New Jersey. So there's a lot to like for Quinn Hughes heading into the longer term if both of his brothers are in New Jersey for an extended amount of time. Does this change Vancouver Canucks fans' fear? Honestly, I don't know. Maybe it makes it worse. But at the end of the day, this is the new update that apparently Luke Hughes in New Jersey, they're going to be going maybe 7 years long on their next deal. Depends on when it's signed, of course. The guy is still unsigned at the moment. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below about this Luke Hughes, Quinn Hughes, and Jack Hughes update. I hope you enjoyed this Footish Ashroll 99. And bye.